All right, who's got the intro? I think it's you, Pop.
Yeah, one
It's been
sec
a while.
Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, self-development, and challenging norms. This might be a norm we're challenging.
This is a norm we are challenging. Recording at the Chicago Bean. Half of us is shirtless. What else is
the other
new?
half will be by the end of the show. So that's an open loop. Oh, don't watch out the cables.
Hey, wait. Go watch this on YouTube. It's fine on audio. We spent a lot of money on this audio gear, but you should watch it on YouTube because it might be the first podcast ever recorded in the middle of Millennium Park. Ever.
For sure by the bean.
For sure by the Bean, for sure shirtless.
We might even have surprise guests just pop
This
on.
might actually not be legal. We might need a permit for this.
At least me being shirtless, half naked. But we got some stuff to talk about, Belky. How my feet looking? A little Nikki B.
Yeah, when we were getting a pedicure, I saw she did a real like surgical thing on your blister there.
Yeah, I thought she was taking the whole toe off. But
She got out like a scalpel.
yeah, tennis fucks my feet up. But yeah, and man, let me tell you, I didn't know what to say because she had a mask on and she didn't speak good English. So she was saying, I got a lisp now. She was saying like, you want all this stuff. You know, premium economy is not going to say no, even if I don't know what it is.
Premium economy.
Next $70, I know. My toes
70
are looking sparkly.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why you got shiny toes. You got clear coat toes.
Hell yeah, dude.
You gotta refuse everything but the leg rub.
If you refuse, you lose.
There it is. Hey, today, I think this is episode 97 of the Smart Nonsense Podcast. I beat you to 100. We're gonna talk about that. And we're still racing to 1,000.
Wait, because I watched the vlog and it was like, so you started, this was for daily vlogging, you got to 100.
Yes,
Or like
since I
weekday
announced
vlogging.
we're going weekday vlogging, weekday daily vlogging, 100. Can you hear the sirens? So, what that actually means is, in the season of Smart Nonsense, which means since we've worked together, there were 71 vlogs. So we've been at this for 71 days.
Hell yeah.
100 of these daily little mini vlogs.
Hey, that's nice.
And probably, it's
This
probably
is
more like
episode
125.
97. If we don't release, the beat shows are coming out. But if we don't have some surprise Ian Lapham episodes come up, who knows what's going on with that kid? We still got to get him on the pod. But who knows if we're exclusively calling. The other big day.
Yes, please.
Today is my 1-year anniversary of starting my daily workouts, hence why I'm half naked.
Oh, okay. There was a motive behind the shirtless
I was
face.
getting hot. I was getting hot too. That's mostly it.
365 days of working out straight.
Not straight.
Not straight,
Almost straight.
almost straight.
Vacations would get me. Let me tell you one thing I learned right off the bat. We're going to get into some lessons maybe. I don't know if we learned anything. But the first thing is, if you get out of your little routine, you're fucked. I've been saying
There's a
it
girl
since day
over there
100.
that looks like Natalie, David Dobrik's
Oh.
assistant.
Natalie beat.
But, well, you said it. Okay.
That was worth the interruption. All right. A camera can't see it. Barely even looked like her. But the point is, all right, I can crush it when I'm in my little routine. I'm starting to do it later. I'm kind of worried about my habits.
Be careful now.
'Cause, normally I just wake up first thing, but now I do a little meditation, a little journaling. Actually, here's this. All right. Remember when we were back in the day getting to the Q action reward or whatever the fuck it's called? Q something
routine reward.
Okay, yeah.
Q routine reward.
So
the
my
power
Q
of habit.
was always like wake up and then I just work out and then my reward was breakfast. But now I wanted to add some little journaling and meditation. So first thing I do in the morning now is I journal and then I meditate and I can't look at my phone. My reward is I get to look at my phone after I meditate, which is kind of bad because then I start thinking about my phone while I'm meditating, which might defeat the entire purpose.
That's the dumbest
really
thing
bad
I've
at
ever heard.
meditating. Yeah, it's
The meditation is just, I want my phone. I want my phone. What am I going to do on my phone?
dude. The whole time I'm meditating, I'm just thinking. Like the absence of thought is meditating, and that's all I'm doing is thinking.
Right. The process of doing nothing, and you're just thinking.
All right, so I'm pretty bad at that. And then by the time that's done, all my willpower is sapped, and I'm like, I don't want to work out. I still do it, but it's at like 2 or 3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
and then I don't get to apply my Rogaine. My whole schedule is just out of whack right now, but I still do all the shit. It's all fucked. So that's what I
Okay.
wanted. I got maybe a couple more lessons. You know, we wing all these episodes now if it's not clear. But Belky, you had one lesson.
Wait,
in your
I
video
have
today.
one lesson, but let's tease this out. You gotta hang with us for a
Yeah, yeah,
while. What? Okay, so this is interesting. I feel like, so you started this habit of working out.
Hey, you know what's funny?
What? David Dobrik's assistant, Natalie.
No, that's not fun. That was stupid. What's funny is all these people, unless you were here on day one of my workout shit, you have no idea what I'm doing.
Absolutely no idea.
I still don't think, even if you were there on day one, I never announced what I was doing.
Here's what we do. It's an amazing excuse to subscribe, go back, listen to all of these episodes. We talked about this. We talked about lessons from 100 days of working out.
Yeah.
And then these people out there should go follow you on Instagram.
That's a lot of fucking days.
It's a lot of days. 365 or 100 or both? Both.
All of the above.
All the above. Anything more than like 4 days is a lot of days.
Your shoe's falling apart.
Yeah,
I gotta pay you some more money. What's happening here?
Yeah, I got another pair, but yeah, that's a problem. People say they're gonna do a lot of things, and they don't make it past like 4 days, myself included. There's a lot of things I say I'm gonna do, but like 1 week is the limit.
I think you're probably the best person at habits that I know. Routines, at least. I guess
maybe
that's the same
routines. Maybe routines.
I don't know the difference, but routine sounds more like what you do.
It's a routine. It's a routine. I don't know if I have good habits. I'm kind of a tweak.
You are a tweak.
I messaged you yesterday. I read this scroll, just brainwashed. It was something like, oh, this is part of 100 days. But it was something like, I should know it. What was it? It was like act now. I don't know. It was something like act now. And then I just tweaked. I'm like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. And then I I don't know. I don't have necessarily good habits.
Hey, but you do a lot of shit.
Maybe.
Hey, I think beyond working out's dope. You just feel good. I still feel fat half the time. I actually felt skinny today until I ate like a pound of salad, a pound of steak, and a giant smoothie.
Here's a habit. Here's a cue routine reward for you.
I'm still sweating, dude. Is it that hot?
It's hot. It's humid. It's humid. It's humid. We're in Rhode Island. You don't eat sweets. You don't eat sweets.
Yeah.
But when we go to Rhode Island, I hope you can hear the symphony in the background. When we go to Rhode Island and we're at your mom's house, man, Pop, all your habits out the window. Cue routine reward. The cue is just the environment. You're in your mom's house. The routine is I'm gonna eat sweets.
Dude, I'm on autopilot because there's the sweets cabinet, and I don't fuck with snacks. I just don't buy them. But when I go back home, my mom fucks with snacks. I have cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, dude. I'm all over it. Anything else that comes my way, chocolate cake, it's my birthday. Might as well eat it all.
It was. That's what's interesting. So you talked about, okay, people need to go back and listen to the 100th episode of you working out, because the 100th day of you working out. You talked about the cue routine reward, and you were reading Power of Habit at the time. You're like, put the sweets somewhere where you can't reach them so you don't get the cue. I never really understood it. And then I go to your house and I'm like, holy shit.
True. You've never been at my mom's house. So the problem is it's at eye level. So I just go through and my mom will put it out too. And I'm like, she'll offer me shit.
She would come when we're all like asleep. She would just leave little treats around. She'd like leave bacon in the fridge.
I'd freak out on my mom. I'm like, Mom, stop offering me shit. Only offer me like carrots.
Oh, that's a good mom.
You don't need to offer me like chocolates.
That's a good mom.
Because I'm going to say yes. Blame cannot be on me. So you had to put it out of the reach of my stubby little legs, but I could get it all. So
a lot of sweets. A lot of sweets. A lot of drinking. You drank a lot. Cue routine reward. I don't know if that was a different cue. Good for the game. All around, good for the game.
That was, I like BB Bridge.
BB Bridge, that's a thing that's got to remain inside, I think.
Just a lot of dudes being weird.
Nice. Wait. Okay. Do we have other lessons from working out for 300. You felt skinny today. That's
Well,
great for the game. You look
well,
good.
It's because I wasn't eating.
Let me say this. Let
Hey,
me say
I learned
this.
something.
No,
Yeah,
let me
go
say
after
this.
you. I'm in the queue.
Let me say, queue up, baby. You want to get in the queue?
Queue left.
This guy can get in the queue. I forgot what I was gonna say, but listen. No, let me say this. People, this is what I was gonna say. People spend a lot of time talking about the gym, talking about going to the gym, talking about what they're gonna do at the gym, talking about what they're gonna write down in their little, in their pocket notes. Like, I did this many reps. I'm gonna do this many 20% more next time. I'm gonna lift 10% more every time.
Yeah.
Pop, you have been doing body weight workout for 365 days, and I would no, that's not my point. I would argue the consistency has seen more gains than just about anything. Can we put like a side by side of Pop 365 days ago and Pop now? Like, you're cut.
I probably. Oh man, that looked worse.
Oh, easy. Wait, I don't say that with any like factual. Like, I haven't looked. There's a 2% blow up chance where you actually look a lot worse, and I'm gonna be in trouble. Watch this on YouTube. Pop's naked on the ground at the bean.
Oh, and I'm sweaty. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Athena came up like the second day she was here and saw me like jumping, fucking doing random shit. She's like, "Where'd you learn that routine?"
Hey, she's right there. Look, as speak of the devil. She's gonna take a picture of us.
So she was like, "Where'd you learn this routine? Like, is this some sort of regimen you found online?" I'm like, no.
Can we record it and insert the B-roll
of her?
Of you working out.
Yeah,
you would understand.
Should.
You would understand.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little time lapse or something tomorrow morning. I'm always in my underwear, my dick's flopping around. Am I allowed to say?
Hey,
I'm gonna get canceled.
It's your
eventually.
show. It's your show.
That's true. YouTube is the only thing that can cancel me.
I can hear you doing your routine from the bathroom. I just hear. You hear that?
Hey, my hands, I still got little scars because I do knuckle push-ups because I got weak wrists, not flexible wrists. But I finally learned that the left one I can flex, the right one I can't. But the left one's the one that gets all chapped.
Well, take it.
So,
chapped knuckles.
I don't know why.
Get some B-roll of that.
About.
Take a product shot of your knuckles. Chapped.
But yeah, because everyone would be like, why are your knuckles all fucked?
They are a little scary looking.
They're pretty scary.
It looks like, for the listeners, it looks like just a giant wart.
Oh, dude.
On your pinky.
Well, here, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, show the folks on YouTube.
Hey, you get the close shot, huh?
Shadow? Are we shadow banned?
Something like that. Yeah, so it don't look good, but word on the street is I have the softest hands in the game, so it really throws people off. They're like, "Are you blue collar or you never leave the house?" I don't get it.
Are you blue collar or white collar? What are you?
So, stroke. Basically, the moral, Athena, we were just talking about you, and basically, I just winged this whole routine. I was just day one. I'm like, this seems like that'll balance that out. Maybe I do some of this. Slick's like, where's the cardio? I'm like, I'll turn a push-up into a burpee. Are there any legs involved? Not really. Got chicken legs still. That's okay. I'm just going to wear jeans more. At the end of the day. Yeah.
It's 365th day of working out.
And
he's talking about the first day you saw it, and...
Well, like, what? Oh, we're recording? I asked what you usually do.
Away from the mic.
Yeah. If it was a specific routine, and you said you just stuck with something for 365 days.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, come on. You've been on the podcast. You've been on Call-In.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's a different
in front of the
for
beam.
Sure. But yeah, basically, voice crack. Basically, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't even want to think about what I'm doing. It's just like, push-ups can't be that bad for you.
No.
I probably got like hunchback.
Do you do sit-ups?
Balancing it. I do some shit. I don't know. One of my friends was like, hey, these things are kind of cool when you put your legs up and you try and touch them. And I'm like, I'll do that. And I do the same exact shit every day. And
I will say,
I don't know.
It's consistency.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Consistency is the name of the game.
That's the title of the episode.
Consistency. 2 bouts of consistency today. I think if you can do anything for 365 days for 20 minutes a day, you could probably do just about anything.
Hey, well, that's Noah Kagan's. Plus, he shouted out. I can't speak. He shouted us out in his video about hustles to do in quarantine 2021.
Who actually hopped on this trend. So Henry and Dylan just graduated from college 2 years ago, and they didn't want to get regular jobs. Sounds like most of us. So one of their hustles was starting their own podcast sharing this business trend. They didn't want to edit the show themselves or do anything because they're millennials, but they did want to create clips for social media, so they hired an editor-producer in the Philippines to do everything for them. Shout out Philippines, love those people out there.
But his big thing is rule of 100, where you got to do something for 100 days before you quit.
Ooh.
And usually by day 100, you're flowing, you're in it.
Okay.
Probably gotten some sort of results. Just make it to 100. Which podcast
We're
gonna get
Do you
there.
have any hopes of stopping working out after
It depends.
3
how this
times
little-
100? Not hopes, but is there any amount of doubt that you will not continue for another 365 days?
I've been dreading it more recently. I don't know why. Probably because I'm just doing more shit, but I still do it because I can't not do it.
It's good for energy.
Morning, and this week you've been doing it in the afternoon. But like that's
Diener noticed.
We talked about that.
anything because I am very
I don't even think you're on
I am
camera. in
very
the frame.
inconsistent, so I don't judge, but I did notice because Dylan's usually very consistent. And
Yeah, the sun. If you look in my photos, the sun's coming at me versus.
It's
away
golden
from it.
hour as opposed to 10 a.m. in the morning.
forgotten to post one of your stories.
Yeah, I
The
skip-
question was, have you ever forgotten to post one of your stories?
Hey, I'm a phony. I skip a lot of days when I vacation. Mostly when I vacation because I'm out of the loop. All my cues are
And then
fucked
you
up.
did, and then you don't post a
I
story.
just don't do it. Hey,
Oh,
actually,
I thought you were about to say that you save up some screenshots so you can post them on those days.
I did. Hey, well, I did when I don't want people knowing where I'm at sometimes, so I'll save up some screenshots just in case. I still do the workout, but I'm not where I'm staying at the moment. I can't have people tracking me.
No, you
Zuckerberg,
can't be tracking
nobody.
Pop. Not a chance. Under the radar.
Hey, so I'm sick of talking about my workouts. What have you learned vlogging?
Vlogging. My biggest takeaway to everyone watching was to just document more. Write more, journal more, film some more if you're into that. You don't have to post it publicly, but just like document more.
Hey, how do you tell if you want to do film versus writing versus any other
I don't
documentation?
know.
Why do you like film?
That's a great question, Pop. Hey, we got the shot. Watch this on YouTube. Thiener is just walking in front of the shot. Why do I like film? Oh man, I don't know. You started with writing too. Found
Yeah,
out you hated that.
right.
I'm like 2 minutes of journaling a day is probably the easiest way to start documenting stuff.
Journaling.
What is journaling?
Yeah, I think. Well, this is kind of funny. Journaling to me is just brain vomit. You just throw down whatever your thoughts are. That's kind of your vlog.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You're just like, here are words coming out my mouth. Here's what I'm gonna do today,
Completely.
and then Ken just stitches it together.
Yeah, I actually think film's the easiest for me because I was around so many cameras. I was like, let me just turn one of them on and literally vomit in front of it for 20 minutes.
What are your thoughts on this though? Because you have Ken, the dopest editor in the game for vlogs.
Fire.
Would you still be vlogging if you didn't have Ken? Because you did do a year more or less of your own edits. Do you think you could have remained consistent?
Not daily vlogging, not doing a year. No, Pop.
Like
those
should
those
people-
videos.
that accountability is kind of a hack. Like my accountability is Instagram with working out. Your accountability
It's
is
the biggest
Ken's
hack.
got to have something to do other than tennis.
It's the biggest hack. So I was during the gap year where I was making videos once a week. Those YouTube videos were the full-time job.
Mm.
Those were like 25, 30-hour edits. Stupid edits. Ken's the accountability where I'm like, I'm creating for Ken. Ken's editing to keep me going. That's the hack.
You pace each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people got to drop $1,000 a month on an editor.
Yeah, you should. But if you can't, my point was like, I couldn't remember all the things we did for the last 3 months. And then I went back and watched all those videos
It's really nice.
this morning. I just
Oh.
looked at the titles of them. So riddle me this. If you were in my position and you just wrote down a title for each day, like you're alive, just a title for the day. Today is freaking podcast at Millennium Bean. That, I think, is enough documentation to be like, whoa, zoom out 3 months. Look back. Look at all of those titles of each day being a movie.
It's like those
Wild.
people. Someone did. You do like 3 seconds a day. It was some app, I think.
Oh,
that
yeah.
did it. You just take the coolest thing that happened that day. You take a little 3 second, and then it stitches it together at the end of the year. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
But
it probably doesn't.
Why would you do that? Why is that important?
I just think we get caught up in like just running through life.
I've had some. Yeah, that's
And
true.
I clearly do. And then I looked back and I was like, whoa, we've done a lot. And each day I'm like, we're not doing enough.
I know diaries really died, but they shouldn't have. And that's why people are like, "Oh, you're building in public. That's awesome." Like, I don't give a fuck about building in public. Like, that's not what we're doing. I'm doing it just because, like, I want to remember what it was like. We're just goofing off. Like, the fact that we can look. We're just talking at dinner about how the goofiest living situation ever of just basically 3 homeless cats. We didn't get I'm referring to us as cats. We were just living on. Belka was living on the floor. We didn't even have a couch for 90% of the 6 months we were living there. Finally got one, and then we moved out. It's just the goofiest thing, and to have that forever. I mean, my memory is ass, so I kind of need it.
It's the reason I got tattoo. The reason I got film tattooed on my hand. This stuff all seems really silly. Sitting in front of the bean, recording a podcast seems really silly. Recording daily vlogs seems really silly. You pull that stuff up in 6 years, you watch it back, it's mind-numbing. It's like if you were a kid and maybe you had like home videos. If you watch those, it's like, I think, was this Gary Vee that says this? It's like the most delightful thing to go back and watch home videos. In those home videos, you are doing nothing. You're riding like a little toy tricycle thing around the living room.
Right.
But watching back that mundane is everything. So that's when I got the tattoo. I was like, film. Just.
And that's the thing. We're so lucky that it's the easiest thing in the world to film. Data, you can store terabytes of data for nothing.
Yeah, don't edit it.
You just put on YouTube
do it.
and it's
Just
there
film
forever.
it.
Yeah, how about that?
Just take your, like, less selfies, more just like take your phone out, walk over to the bean, and just do a 3 second, like, this is what we're doing right now.
Well, here's the well, one thing is interesting, because I'm not a fan of stories because they're 24 hours, but ICE or people will send us, like, oh, look at this memory from 3 years ago, which is kind of fun, but it doesn't have the same permanence.
It still has the, like, a flair of Snapchat to it. But yeah, so my sister does the same thing. She'll send today 4 years ago to the family. It'll be a Snapchat memory when we're all like on vacation or something. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Super mundane, super boring clip, but like it brings it all back. So I guess Snapchat does that well.
So I think it's like, what one habit are you just putting off right now? For me, it was working out. For you, it was just documenting your life.
Yeah, journaling probably.
There's probably one thing that everyone's like, I should be doing this. And it comes back. For me, it was the power of habit.
Tiny habits too.
Tiny habits, atomic habits. They're all kind of the same shit.
I've read
just
every
like,
habit book.
have that cue, get the routine, get the reward. And for you, the reward is publishing. I'm guessing it's hitting publish on the video.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your cue to just like waking up?
Wait, really quick. The reward's definitely hitting publish. If I can hit publish at 10 a.m., I'm like, today's a win.
Yeah.
I put out a piece of content. Today's a win no matter
what.
what.
That was what someone said. Actually, Jack, our friend, he's like, the thing that I love about you guys is you're creators, not consumers. Like, too many people just sit on their phones just consuming. Sure, you probably do that, but you're creating. Like, you're part of that ecosystem, and that's the way to like move up in the world, because you just stumble upon shit. Like, people suck at creating. And we are not good. I still don't know how to use After Effects, yet our company is literally After Effects. That is our company. And I have no idea how to use it. So that just shows how like silly the world is, and how few things people actually know, because they don't get in the habits of just doing a lot of it. And then 100 days later we're at 100 days of the podcast, pretty much 100 days of that, and we're the best video editors.
Right. So we should say too, like,
podcasts.
a lot of this stuff is subject to overwhelm. 100 vlogs, 365 straight days of working out. This is where tiny habits comes into play, which is like do the absolute bare minimum to break through the overwhelm and start.
I still have my first story on my Instagram, Dylan_Jardon, is will I make it 30 days? Because originally I was like, oh, just do it like 1 month. And then I just got to 1 month. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'll just
Was
keep
it the
doing
full workout for 30 days or was it a 3-minute workout?
I limited it to like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. Right. Well, so that's
And
a
it was
tiny
always
habit.
in my room.
That's a tiny habit because a lot of people strum working out or going to the gym as a 2-hour endeavor.
Thiener, what do you think about going to the gym? Because I explicitly don't go to the gym because I think it too much friction in the whole process of getting there. Like, is that a problem for you versus staying at home?
Yeah, it is a problem. But also, I think some people cite the friction, what you're citing as the friction, as the motivator, right? Because you're like, I'm going out of my way to do that. And like, for me, like in the very recent past, learning about what specific exercises I need to do to be where I want to be, I literally need those equipment at the gym. And like that means like confronting like, oh, that there's so many people there.
Those equipment. I'm gonna do for the YouTube fans one of Dylan's workouts.
I did that today. But there's a lot of different exercises that do a lot of different things, right? And like,
I think for the most part, at least for me, I'm like I can probably get 80% of the results. Thanks for the contribution. Without actually using a machine. But what I would like the gym for is just a lot of people. But that one tweet I think I sent you, Henry, was how now everyone goes to the gym. It used to be a social place because there weren't headphones. No one had AirPods. And you just talk in between sets. Now everyone's in their own environment, which is dope. You probably get more done. It's more motivating. But it's just like less social, less fun. So I think if it had that factor, I'd be like, oh, the gym's dope. Like that's
Wasn't it Schwarzenegger said that was the big change or something?
I don't know.
I thought that's what the thing you sent was.
That I saw.
Yeah. It's become more individualistic. It's true. I don't want to be bothered at the gym. Huh.
You don't go to the gym.
Used to. See, that's a habit I lost.
Yeah, what happened? Now you just do yoga.
COVID, then I didn't belong to a gym. And then
Thiener, what do you think about Belky not going to the gym?
I think, he has his whole lifespan thing down, so as long as he's checking that off, that's okay. But, like, what was interesting, I was thinking the other day, is, like, you're obviously not in the same regimen I'm in, but when we went to his brother's house, they have tonal, and he was, like, so excited and really obsessed with it.
Is it because there's no friction, or you just like the technology, or?
Well,
tiny habits. Tonal does everything for you.
But then I was like, isn't this a little bit like not outside of like, oh, what you're trying to do? You were like, you just want to do cardio, whatever. And then this is telling you to lift weights, whatever.
No, I want to lift weights. It's just a lot to think about. And I don't belong to a gym. I'm running around.
Right.
Hey, there's a good app for this. I'm going to shout it out really quick. It basically tells you what to do, tells you everything you should do when you go to the gym. It's called Fitbod. So there's no guesswork. It just tells you, go to the gym today, work out these 4 things. Here are the 4 workouts you need. That's why
I like my shit, because I'm like, I do the same thing every day. I don't have to think about it.
Though you should do the same thing pretty much. Like,
if you can get a decent full body, which I don't know. Like sometimes I ask my dad, who kind of gets bodies, if like, hey, am I fucking myself up? He's like, probably not. So you just gotta be careful because you take it to the extreme. But it's really like not mentally demanding at all. I'm just like
autopilot.
There's my mat. Let's do something.
Yeah.
Your stuff is a little, isn't it kind of like it hit? Is it a little bit like medium hit?
Oh yeah.
Or like medium and mid?
I definitely admit. I definitely I feel myself mouth breathing as I do it because I need more airflow. I'm like,
it's another good book.
It's different if you're doing that like, normal, whatever you do daily, and then you need to mouth breathe
Don't mouth breathe. Whatever you do with all of your habits, please, for me, don't mouth
so when
breathe.
you breathe in really deeply, I can feel my left nostril flare in, like it can't handle it.
Yeah, that's. Oh, wow.
Did I tell you about this thing that I saw on TikTok a long time ago? Sorry. Where you actually only breathe out of one nostril. So you can test this. You go like this. And then you can switch it. You'll realize it's only breathing out of one.
Yeah.
And then you can switch it if you close that nostril, and then it'll start breathing out the other one.
You guys got to read breath. They talk about that in the book. Your nostrils, they go through some cycle where sometimes you're going in and out only from one nostril. Sometimes you're going in and out from only the other nostril. It's just hard getting you the mic.
Belky, what's the next habit you want to pick up?
Oh, man. Hey, you can't put me on the spot like that, Pop.
Well, I got my meditation, my journaling. That's kind of rocking and rolling. I kind of want a habit of just getting out of the house. That's why I like your little...
Okay.
Like, if I get out of the house early, it feels like the day's a win.
Huge win.
Because otherwise, I'm just like mopey.
That's true. So I make such a point to like move to the studio by like, I try like 10 a.m. Because if I'm moving and I'm going there, the day's a win.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
Pacing.
I'll just look and your bike's gone. I'm like, what the fuck?
Win. It's douchey. But yeah, that's like, if I'm like, I got out, it also, it's a cue. I get to the studio, open the laptop, it's boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, when we
boom.
do get there, we rip.
I can't.
Whenever I would.
Yeah, the work-life balance at home. Athena had something.
Oh, well, that's one reason why
outside?
I wanted to go to the gym, because I'm at least leaving the apartment. And there's one vlogger on YouTube I watch, and she was talking about that. Not that it's that revolutionary, but she was like, you can like do nothing all day, but then if you wake up at 5 p.m. and you're like, I go to the gym, then I feel better because I'm like, at least I did that.
Yeah. So my journal is kind of cool in the morning because it's like, say 3 things you're grateful for, and I'm like, okay, awesome. I love food. I love sunlight.
I love my phone.
Waking up. Yeah, everything. Yeah, literally. And then it's like, what are 3 things that would make today awesome? And I'm like, literally every single day, it's like, get out of the house.
Interesting.
And I'm like, I'm trying to piece together, like, why don't I do it? I don't know if there's no friction in going down the elevator. I have some hypotheses where one,
it's a comfortable place.
it is a nice apartment.
Yeah.
But
Maybe it's choice fatigue.
Choice fatigue. There's boundless opportunity outside the house.
I think one hypothesis. Well, whenever I go out, I kind of get bored by myself. But it is kind of not like I'll just walk around and I'm like, I don't know. The other hypothesis is when I do go out and then I see someone that's attractive, I'm like, fuck, I gotta go talk to him. And like, it's sometimes fun, but other times it's like still kind of scary. So I'm like, maybe when I go outside, I'm like, oh, if I see someone, I have to talk to them. No, I don't want to go outside.
And if you don't, it's a loss. You've lost. I think that might be what's happening there. It's not so simple as I've gone outside or I've gone to the studio and it's a win. It's if I go outside and I like talking to people, meeting people on the street, and I don't do it because it's actually really hard, then it's a loss. So it's lost.
I don't know what it is. That might be a completely false hypothesis.
Maybe you're thinking about too specific of a scenario and the consequence of that. Like, oh, if I go outside, that means I'm going to try to talk to people. I try to talk to somebody.
Here's the
it's awkward, or like they don't like me. And then you're thinking, oh, going outside means somebody doesn't like me. But that's so many steps ahead.
Yeah. I just know every time that we go out, there's always one person that goes by. I'm like, fuck, okay. And then it really derails.
There are a lot of beautiful people in this world.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But that's my one thing I want to add. I don't mean to detract
getting
from
out
whatever
more.
your habit was.
No, I haven't come up with something. I should probably meditate more. Yoga's been like a nice meditation, but it's now my habit should be wearing SPF. Yeah.
Why?
She's talking about
burned,
skincare
or
stuff.
you're
No,
gonna age
I'm
fast?
gonna age faster. I'm doing a lot of skincare changes right now. That's a
Yeah.
hard habit. There's overwhelm in skincare. I got this company first many months ago called Teague Hanley. They tell you what to do
Hey, so this kind of gets back. I don't know if anyone's still listening, but
Get in here.
this gets back to 80-20. And in our rule book for any client we work with, we're like, just get it so it's good enough. Like this shit fucking it's close enough to working perfectly that it's just don't worry about it. Like
And you
my
can
workout
do it
probably
for
80%.
You can do it for 100 days. You can do it for 365 days.
Right.
Good enough. Doesn't drive
and
you crazy.
That's the sort of thing like, hey, maybe it's not the best skin cream regimen because you don't have like 50 products you're applying, but if you just do one that's good enough, you'll probably
Better
get 80%
than
of the
doing
results.
none.
Athena gave a face like, you probably need 3.
I think I don't think you need a lot of product either, but you should, like, everybody has different skin. So it's about like, okay, maybe your skin's not perfect, but if you can get it down to like whatever it needs to like not be breaking out all the time, then I agree with you. I just think it should be applied to a different part of the routine, not the products. The products matter.
Products matter. Yeah, like for me and in terms of habits, 80-20, all of that experimentation is enough to turn people away from starting the habits in the first place. I'm like deep in the skincare habit, so I'll do all that experimentation, but it's overwhelming. It's not a tiny habit by any means.
Yeah.
My habit's probably I gotta be working out more.
Yeah.
Did you have Dr. Tom for your testosterone test?
Yeah, dude. He's like, hey, dude, you're ripping with T. I don't know what your deal is.
No, same, but hit workouts, a natural way to get more T. For all of our T listeners out there, hit workouts are a
so
natural
I gotta upgrade
way.
from MIT to HIT.
What's a MIT?
Medium intensity
Medium
interval
intensity.
training.
All right, folks. The sun is going down. Our camera's on manual settings. We might be in a shadow. So, interview a stranger. That would be something for the Smart Nonsense podcast. Oh, should we ask them about their habits? There's also somebody over there with a mic. Let's
You're both
introvert this.
introverting it, huh?
But you don't have the microphone.
Ooh.
You have to think of the questions.
Oh,
Okay.
man. This
they're
is
kind of-
great. I think we should ask somebody about their habits.
Oh, Tomas.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Ask them like what one habit they want to do. This is
10 seconds.
Or what they're most proud of, like what habit they're most proud of right now.
God
Let's just
damn,
pick someone
everyone's
off. What
kinda-
about that guy in the red shirt?
All right, red shirt.
But we both got to go over there with the H6.
Oh, fuck.
No, Athena's going to do it? That's very confusing. Come on,
Oh,
Bob.
he's yawned out.
Come on. Oh, he's trying to take.
I'm
Let's ask this guy.
shirtless.
Can we ask you a quick question? Oh, no. Can we ask you a
No.
quick question? We just want to know what one habit you do in your life you're most proud of, that you're consistent at, if you have one.
Writing my gratitude. Like every
Really?
morning I write 10 things I'm grateful for. Yeah.
Oh, what's number 1?
Being alive, obviously.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey,
Are you
being
just
alive.
strolling through the loveliest park? Oh, dude, loving life.
We film a podcast. It's
Oh.
called Smart Nonsense. It's
If you're
nonsense.
not cool, we can cut your part out, but super. Oh, smart
Gratitude.
nonsense. Clearly nonsense because we're
Hey, appreciate
awesome.
you.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Hey,
There you have it.
Gratitude journal 2 for 2.
Gratitude is the name of the game.
Cheers.
I think we gotta go. Athena, that was a great suggestion.